Hello, Gemini love. Welcome into your divine new moon solar eclipse reading. I am so grateful and honored to be here with you today, love. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Before we get started with your reading today, I do want to share with you all that this is part 2 of a 3-part series that I am creating for each of the astrology signs for this eclipse season. So in part 1, we shared messages of guidance that were in connection to the full moon lunar eclipse, which took place in the sign of Pisces on Sunday, September 7th. So if you missed part 1, I will have a link for you in the description box down below. You can also find your signs reading for part 1 on my channel. Today in part 2, we will be receiving messages of guidance that are in connection to the new moon solar eclipse, which is taking place in the sign of Virgo on Sunday, September 21st. And then for part 3, which I will share in a couple weeks' time, we will be receiving messages of guidance that are in connection to everything that you will be integrating from the lessons and experiences that you have worked through during this entire eclipse season. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, Self-Unity, so that you can catch all 3 parts to your signs reading. But let's go ahead and get into your reading today, Gemini love. So for your reading today, we are pulling a theme card from the Spellcasting Oracle deck. Okay, so let's see what your theme is. And Gemini, while I am shuffling, if there's anything that's been on your mind, any situation or a question that you would like to ask or set intentions around, just go ahead and take a moment to set those intentions now. And trust that you'll receive the guidance, the answer exactly when you're meant to. Okay, so let's see what your theme is. Okay, so before we reveal your theme card, though, I am going to pull your tarot cards as well. So we are going to pull a couple cards from the Cozy Witch Tarot deck, which may look familiar as I use this in your full moon reading as well. And Gemini loves, I do apologize. I am a couple days late with your sign's new moon solar eclipse reading, but I want to say that it is okay, because if you're watching this after the new moon took place, because we are still in that eclipse portal. Okay, so eclipses are generally about a month-long process. It's from, well, they're usually about a month and a half. They usually start about 2 weeks before the first new moon that's eclipsing, and then 2 weeks after the last new moon eclipsing. Okay, or if it's vice versa with the full moons. So it's okay. The messages will still resonate for you exactly when you're tuning in, because I do set the intention to in all my readings that the messages are timeless. You know, you never know when you're going to feel called to watch a reading, but usually when you do, even if it's like a couple years old, there's still insight. There's still messages in there. All right, but let's go ahead and see what your cards are. So we're going to start with your theme card. Ooh, we have psychic abilities. Yes, so this new moon solar eclipse is activating your intuition. You may be discovering that you have strengthened clairs. Okay, so what are the clairs? So we have claircognizance. This means that you just immediately know things. You know, people don't have to tell you, you just know. Okay, we also have clairsentience. This is when you feel things. Okay, feeling things. I keep picking up on the smelling one too, and it's one that I can never remember the name of. I think it's like Claire. Oh, I don't want to be incorrect. Let me check for you. Let me check. Okay, so the smelling one is clairalience. Okay, so I'm getting this sense that some of you tuning in may be uncovering or realizing that you have this ability to just smell things. So this could be attached to like a memory, like you start smelling something even though it's not really there. So an example is, you know, you might smell like something baking in the oven. So like maybe it's smelling like somebody baking chocolate chip muffins or a banana bread, or even like I'm getting like a turkey sense, like maybe somebody's cooking a turkey, and it transports you or someone you're with to a specific time and place, a memory or a connection to somebody that may be on the other side, or it may just be like highlighting deeper spiritual wisdom or insight that you are discovering you have the ability to share and translate with other people, individuals around you, and yourself. And then the other clairs, we also have clairaudience, which is sound. When you hear messages of guidance, you may be hearing like voices or hearing thoughts, or just hearing things, okay? And then we also have clairgustance, which is when you can taste things. So maybe you start to taste something on your tongue, even though you're not really eating anything, you're not consuming anything, and then it translates into divine guidance. And then we are missing one. Oh, clairvoyance, of course, clairvoyance, third eye, being able to see things, getting visions, seeing images in your mind in your third eye, okay? And each of these clairs are connected to the third eye. Okay, some of them are also connected to the throat chakra as well, but I'm just seeing that you are learning and developing your clair gifts, your psychic abilities, and just deepening your trust and confidence within your own intuition, okay? Let's see if anything else comes through here. You may also be getting insight into specific situations that haven't played out yet, okay? So having sort of like future vision, maybe realizing that you're a seer, you're able to predict things without having any knowledge about what it is that you're predicting. Yes, okay, so let's go ahead and see what your tarot cards are. Let's see if we can get some deeper guidance on this. So we also have Six of Wands. You're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. Yes, we love that. Six of Wands, victory over something. Page of Wands, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it will be effortless. Okay, we also have Three, the Empress. There is beauty to be found in every experience. And we also have Five of Wands, a good coven lets every witch have a say. Okay, Gemini, so I am getting a lot of different messages with these cards. So let's just start here. So Six of Wands, you are claiming victory over something. And in connection to the psychic ability card here, I'm seeing that for some of you, this victory may be almost like an I told you so moment, where you had the foresight to be able to see into a situation, maybe a situation that was connected with other people, and you know, maybe nobody wanted to believe you, or they couldn't see what you're able to see because you have foresight, you have this psychic gift, this intuitive gift, this intuitive knowing how things are going to play out. And it comes to pass very soon or in the next couple weeks, and you're going to have this sort of, even though I'm seeing it as like a victory moment in the physical over being able to prove this knowing to somebody else in that you're connected to relationship wise, I'm seeing that it's more so about helping guide you to this deeper truth, deeper understanding, and deeper sense of having confidence within yourself and what it is that you're able to do with these psychic abilities, with these intuitive abilities and intuitive knowings. So even though you're going to be really excited when this comes to pass and you'll be able to say like, yes, I told you so, I knew this was going to happen, it was all going to work out, or you know, maybe you told them that somebody was doing something shady and they didn't want to listen to you, you know, whatever it is, you're going to have this moment where you get to tell them like, I knew that. But it's not really about proving to the other person, it's more so about the journey and how you got to this moment of being able to really trust and honor what it is that you already knew before it came to pass with that sense of physical proof. And Gemini Spirit's coming in and saying you have nothing to prove to others when it comes to your intuitive abilities, your intuitive gifts. These gifts are for you and your personal life path, your personal journey. And this is kind of the journey that you're on right now, is learning how to feel comfortable and confident with knowing that you don't have to prove to others the things that you know or the things that you see. What will come to pass, what's meant to be, will play out as it's meant to be. And whether you're right about it or not is not the point, okay? And this is something that you're going to learn and something that you're going to continue to discover the more you deepen into your psychic gifts, your clair gifts, and trusting in your intuition and following where your intuition's guiding you and what it's speaking to you on a day-to-day. Okay, then we have the Page of Wands, and I'm going to pair this with the Empress here because this is about a birthing something new into reality. And for some of you, I'm seeing that there is a new path that is available to you, and it's something that you're intuitively being guided towards. But it's a new path, very new on all fronts. It's not something that you would have ever expected to explore or to become passionate about. As it says here, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it will be effortless, but it's something that you're finding yourself deepening into and really enjoying and embracing, and finding this sense of love and connection within this path. So for some of you, this could be a relationship. For some of you, this could actually be motherhood, because we have the Empress card here. For some of you, this could be a new path in like your career, your industry, your field, the job that you're working at. Maybe you're leaving a job, going to start a new job that is in a completely different like industry. Okay, so maybe you're leaving like accounting to become a lawyer, or you're leaving maybe you're leaving like writing to become an artist, something like that, where you're doing kind of a 180, shifting into something completely new. Okay, maybe leaving fashion for the finance world, things like that, where it's a big shift, and it's something that you may have dabbled in before, you may have been interested in it before, but maybe it was more of a hobby or more of just like a passing interest, something that you would study every now and then, or have conversations about with other people every now and then, but an opportunity pops up, it presents itself to you, and you're feeling intuitively guided to explore it and to deepen into it. And so this path is now available, and your intuition is pushing you towards this path. And with the Six of Wands here too, it's letting you know that this will be a prosperous, victorious path for you, okay? But again, with the Page of Wands here and the Empress, it doesn't mean that it will be effortless, just as it says. It will require you to reach out and to connect with others, to put in the work, to put in the effort. And so if there is something that's calling to you, something your intuition is guiding you towards, follow those callings of your intuition and put yourself in the spaces, even if they're a little bit uncomfortable, even if they're a little bit unfamiliar, because that is where the magic is going to unfold for you. And that's where you're going to be able to, again, deepen. We keep hearing the word deepen into this new path, this new practice, this new connection, this new relationship. And then you'll be able to receive all that you're meant to receive from this experience, okay? Because I feel this is going to be a very rewarding new path for you. It's something that you've been seeking, but it's also something that you didn't quite know you were seeking, and you won't know until you fully allow yourself to be fully immersed into this path, to really commit to it, surrender to it, and to really trust in your intuition, into your psychic gifts, your foresight. And so, Gemini, if you are questioning anything about this path, Spirit's coming in and they're asking you to get quiet, get still with yourself, and tune into what your body, what your intuition, what your clairs are speaking to you about this path. Because the answers as to whether or not you should move forward with something or hold back art within yourself, okay? And they're also coming in and they're saying, you know, if you choose to move forward with something and you realize that it's not in alignment for you, but you're telling yourself, you know, I felt like my intuition was guiding me towards that experience, that is a lesson for you to learn how your intuition truly, truly, truly communicates with you, and where you can learn the difference between like heart and head, okay? Because there may be something that you think you want, and so you move forward with it, but then you get there and you realize it's not really what you want, and you'll learn that it's because you weren't fully listening to what your intuition was guiding you towards. So in those moments, it's a lesson of really learning how to truly deepen into and understand and work with your intuition and exactly how it communicates with you, okay? It doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It just means that you are learning how to connect and listen to and honor your intuition and your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities. Okay, love, let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards now from Seasons of the Witch. Oh, I do also want to bring up the significance of roses. You have roses on 2 cards here. So roses may be significant to you. You may be receiving roses from somebody soon, maybe just 1 rose, maybe a bouquet of roses. You may be getting some roses for yourself. And then this is also the symbol of love. So love, and I'm also getting friendship here too. So maybe some new friendships coming into your life, new romantic relationships. What's the word? There's also like something with family members coming in where you are, oh, what's the word? Like, the word slipping, like rekindling. Okay, that's the word, like rekindling, conflicts that you've had with family members in the past. Okay, so roses are significant to you. If you are seeing roses, this is a sign or confirmation for you that you are on the right path and that you are also connecting with the right people. Okay. Okay, so we have Green Witch number 12. No one decision is insignificant. The act of intentionality calls to you. Yes. Okay, so we have 1, 2 here, which is taking steps, and I'm going to put that right there, 1, 2, 3. So taking steps, and this is learning how to be intentional. Okay, I really feel that's the journey you're on, especially with this new moon solar eclipse, where you're really learning how to be intentional. You may be at a point in your life right now where you're kind of questioning all the life choices that you're making, everything that's falling onto your path, all the connections that you're coming across, the relationships, the people that you're connecting with, the experiences that you are having in your day-to-day life. You are really questioning everything and really asking yourself, like, what is the point? You know, is this practice, is this relationship important to me? Is it significant to my path? Is it something that I want to continue connecting with, or someone that I want to continue connecting with? You know, is it a reciprocal connection? Is it a reciprocal experience? So you're really going through this process of questioning where you are in life in order to ensure your sense of victory and success and trust and love for your future self, for your future path. So you're really reflecting on the future here as well, not only for others, not only, you know, using your psychic gifts and intuitive abilities to, you know, like we talked about, prove a point to others about what it is that you can do, but it's really for yourself, and really asking yourself, you know, where do you want to be in 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now. And so you're really reflecting on that, kind of planning it out. I see that it's like a loose plan, but you know that the choices you make today will determine your tomorrows. And so you're really just going through that deep reflective process and connecting with your intuition to help guide you to the spaces that will ensure that sense of success, security, love, and trust for your future self. Okay, we also have number 9, Farmer's Market. Remember to distinguish abundance from wholeness. Choose wisely and intentionally. We have that word intentionally again. Be intentional, Gemini. Be intentional. Be intentional. I'm also getting to stand behind your intentions. Okay, so remember your why. Remember your why. Remember what you initiated and why you initiated it. I'm seeing that something is coming to an end, or something has already come to an end as well with this number 9. That's why we have the new beginning, the new path opening up for you. So relationships may have ended. Again, you may have ended a job. You may be choosing to leave a job behind to pursue a passion or hobby of yours and turn it into a business or a career path. You may have left relationships behind and are now opening up the doors for new relationships to come in. And then there's also this perspective shift where maybe before you weren't very intentional with how you were moving about your day to day, and you were just taking it day by day. Okay, you're just like, whatever happens, happens. But now you're starting to formulate a plan for yourself. You're starting to think about your future self, future Gemini. What does he or she want to experience? What does he or she want to have? And it's not just about like what you want to have, but really what you want to experience, what you want to embody, how you want to feel. And so you're reflecting on and assessing in connection to your intuition all the relationships in your life, all the new ones coming in, all the experiences, the environments that you're allowing yourself to exist in, and what they're really offering to you on a deeper intuitive level. And you're like kind of working through this process of clearing out the clutter, clearing out things that don't align with how you want to feel, and then inviting in new space, new connections, new experiences that have that rooted energy of intentionality for what it is that you really do want to call in and what you want to anchor into for your future self. So you're on a really beautiful journey right now, Gemini, where you're discovering the deeper truths about yourself and what you want your future self to experience and to embody and to just live. For some of you with this farmer's market card, I'm just getting a message coming in around finances. So you may be a little bit worried about finances, but this card, farmer's market and the Empress, are very abundant cards. So just know that you will be supported. You are supported. Okay, tap into your intuition around that. Feel the truth of what's happening internally and try to get out of your head a little bit. So when you're in your head, it may be difficult to hear the truth of what your body, what your intuition is assuring you of is, what's actually happening, versus your head kind of panicking, freaking out because of the changes, the shifts that you're going through and the ones that you're initiating. Okay, love. So we are going to pull your last card now from the Druid Plant Oracle. And these cards are, I use these cards in these readings because during the new moon solar eclipses, it is known that this is the time to plant new seeds of intention. And I love that. I didn't even know intention was going to come up in your reading, but it's a perfect synchronicity here to be intentional about the seeds that you're planting around this time. But we're going to see what plant seeds you are being guided to plant. Okay, so I drew the top card there. I was not expecting. I was trying to pick up some cards, but you got the top one. So let's see. Oh, we have fern. Ferns are such a wise species, okay? They have been here since like the dinosaur times. We all know that, right? They are so wise. They have been on Earth for millions of years, okay? Very strong, very hardy plant, very resilient. So there's deeper confirmation that you're going to get through this journey, okay, with a renewed sense of being, renewed sense of self, new sense of determination and trust in yourself, confidence in yourself, and strength in yourself, okay? Let's go ahead and read a little bit from the book about fern, though. I'm also getting that fern may be a name for somebody, maybe like a pet's name, but also I'm drawn to that as a name. All right, let's see, fern, here we go. So fern says life force, sensuality, fertility, right there with the Empress card. So birthing something new, giving birth to something new. Also invisibility, subtlety, and self-effacement. So this says a plant sacred to midsummer and to, I'm not going to try to say that, but you can see that it's a location. The life force that snakes through the sky as lightning and along the ground as lines of telluric force, the fern signifies fertility in every sense of the word. Choosing this card may mean that you are being blessed with life force and energy at the moment. This energy may manifest in subtle or dramatic ways, but the important thing to remember is that it comes from the essentially spiritual nature of all creation. The way to maintain your contact with this life force is through a spiritual practice that attunes you to the natural rhythms of the cosmos. Druidry is a sensual spirituality, meaning we can accept the pleasures of the body and the senses while recognizing their spiritual nature. Yes, this is exactly what you're learning and working through right now. Enhancing your appreciation of them rather than making you feel guilty, celebrating the seasonal festivals, meditating on the power of the elements, visiting the old places, soaking in the energies of the moon, sun, and stars are all ways that we can open to the powers of the seen and unseen universe. Okay, Gemini, yes. I love that for you. This is everything that you're working through right now. Mind, body, spirit connection, and what that means to you, what it means for you, and how you can essentially expand your life to fully support all the things that you're wanting to experience, and not things, but ways of being. Okay, so like, embodying the energy of abundance, embodying the energy of feeling successful. Okay, so ask yourself, what does success mean to you? And it's not about what's outside of you, it's about what's within. Okay, and then we have the abundance here again, and peace and connection, mobility, intention. What do you want to feel in your day-to-day? And what experiences, what connections will allow you to feel those feelings, those energies? What will gift you with those feelings? Okay, and your intuition is speaking to you, and it's guiding you, and it's awakening you to these deeper truths. So give yourself time and space, like it said at the end of that explanation we read in the book, to be with yourself, but also to be in nature. Okay, so if you're having trouble separating that mind to heart connection, you're maybe getting a little too much in your head, go for a walk, go for a nature walk, get out of your comfort zone and just go for a walk, go outside, get some sunlight, stargaze a little, moon gaze a little, and just focus on your breath. Okay, leave your phone at home, leave your devices at home, leave your headphones at home, and just be present with nature, be present with yourself and your body and your intuition. And then the answers that you're seeking, the truth of what you're experiencing, you will be able to find it. You will be able to receive it. Okay, love? All right, love. So that is it for your new moon solar eclipse reading. I'm so grateful to have been able to channel and deliver these messages of guidance to you today, Gemini. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and know that I'm sending you so much love. I'm wishing you a beautiful, blessed new moon solar eclipse. Until next time, bye, love.